Hello gamers, especially you casual gamers. Casual Avocado here, and today I'll be talking about one particularly useful way of making money in Guild Wars 2, the trading post. So being a casual gamer myself, my time is pretty important to me. I don't have all day to farm for gold, but by using the trading post, you can make your golds, silvers, and coppers work for you while you're not actually logged in. It's a pretty simple process, it doesn't take much time, but over the next few weeks and the few months of using the trading post, you can earn enough gold for whatever you want in the game. Maybe you're cheap like me and don't necessarily want to spend real money buying gems, or maybe you're working toward that legendary and are pinching every copper you can. Whatever you're saving for, flipping items on the trading post can help you achieve that goal. So there you go. We're going to be flipping items on the trading post. Basically, we buy items at a low price and sell them at a higher price to make a profit off the transaction. I'll give you one quick example here, and then we'll talk a little more about some other details. So first, we need to go to the trading post and find a likely item to buy. What I usually do, I usually work in the trinkets market, usually just jewelry, gems, and amulets, rings, and whatnot. So for this example, we're going to search between the level range of 0 and 20, where we'll just see what pops up here. So a good one that's always been good for me has been an amber copper stud of festering. So here you'll see that this current selling price for the copper stud is a silver and 28 copper, but if we look at the buy price, it's at 61 coppers. So we'll put in a little amount here, we'll bump it up to 62 to be sure we get the first ones that are actually sold, and we'll click place the order. Simple as that. Now we can just sit and play the waiting game. You'll get a little icon up here at the Black Lion Trading Company showing when your items have been delivered, or we'll just jump ahead and start selling these things because I have one of them from earlier today. So let's take a look. So selling this copper stud, I can meet the highest buyer for 62, which is my current order, so if I want to lose money doing that, great. Or I can place the item up here. I can match the lowest seller for 128, or if I want to be the first one, I can jump down to 127, and here we go. So something to pay attention to would be the listing fee. The listing fee is 5% of the price you're selling for. So for example, here it is 1 silver 95 for meeting the highest buyer. If I bump it up here, listing fee goes up. So again, it's 5% of what you're selling it for. Something else to keep in mind is a 10% tax is added on to any successful sales. So overall, when you're looking to flip items, we need to be sure there's a 15% difference between the item you're buying and the item and the price you're hoping to sell it for. Another thing to keep in mind is that it's good to know your market, and ooh, it looks like I already sold that. Let's see, so I just made a silver and 14 off selling that copper stud. I'm subtracting the 60 it should cost me to buy that. That's, again, about 50 or so coppers in my pocket. It's not much, but each transaction can definitely add up. So like I said, it's good to know your market. So just by playing and focusing on one particular market on the trading post, like I mentioned, I focus on the trinkets. Maybe someone else would focus on the food or armor or weapons. But just by playing that one particular thing and maybe expanding out if you feel like you need to or you can handle it, you get a good idea of what is a good price for each item. And if you see that items are going lower than you would expect them to, or lower than you would want to sell your items for, you can wait. Wait until the market stabilizes, comes back to what you have seen it at, what the equilibrium is, what you are comfortable selling for, and then you can list your items. So just by watching what items are selling for and keeping an eye on what items you're actually selling, then buying more of those, then you'll maximize your profits for the amount of time you put into this. One more thing to keep in mind is that there are websites that pull the data from the Guild Wars 2 trading post and publish it online. Specifically, I'm talking about GW2Spidey.com and GW2TP.net. They're pretty useful for being able to browse current buy and sell prices without needing to be in the game. So if we look at our amber copper stud of festering, we'll see the exact same information we saw in the trading post in the game. So we'll just type it in and search, and here it is. We see the sell price, the buy offers, supply, demand, and the expected margin between the two. So here, if we buy it for 62, sell it for 128, that's an expected 46 copper in profit. Switching to GW2TP.net, we see a list of the most profitable flippable items in the game. For example, buying passion flowers might be a good idea about now. I tend to be pretty careful with this site though. Having the data available to everyone like this means it will be a pretty volatile market, and you can find yourself stuck with items you don't actually need or want as the selling price gets pushed down as people keep buying and keep selling and trying to, get the most profit from that situation. You can definitely use it at your own risk. I've made a couple of good deals from using it, and so it has its uses. It can be pretty fun and useful to look at the trends for the items you're thinking about trading though, so take a look. If we look at the passion flowers, we have this massive data. We can sort by 1 day, 1 week, or all, which is still giving us about 1 week of data. So, it works on some level. And it can just be useful to see the fluctuations between the prices over time, which might give some indication of where the future market might be. So if we look here, the buy price has been pretty steady in the high 30s, while the sell price is just bouncing everywhere. So if it's up, like it seems to be right now, it might be a good investment. One thing I really love about this site though is the calculator. It's a pretty simple thing that shows how much profit you can expect based on your buy and sell prices. It's a quick way to take out that 15% we talked about before, so you can easily see what will be profitable. So if we just type in, if I'm buying something for 1 silver, selling for 2 silver, takes out that 15% of 30 coppers, and we're left with 70 copper profit. So, I hope this helps, and if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. And good luck.